In this episode, a lot of us have heard the buzzwords these days like universe, collective consciousness, vibes, frequency, and so on. But a lot of people don't really know what this stuff means or why we're using those words. Let's take a step back and start out with the Big Bang. After it exploded and expanded and is creating the ever-expanding universe, which ever-expanding, the one we live in today, the theory goes that everything is still actually connected on a quantum level. So to have them communicate is enough to say that there's a consciousness there. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to another episode of the Aulona Alchemy podcast. I'm so excited to be here making this episode right now. It's really been a journey with this project. I've changed my set a million times. I've changed my editors, my team, my branding, but one thing has stayed constant is my desire to do this, my desire to learn and grow and co-create with you guys. So thank you all so much for your support and for your feedback and just helping me in this journey to do what I love to do. Today's episode is going to be on collective consciousness. A lot of us have heard the buzzwords these days like universe, collective consciousness, vibes, frequency, and so on. But a lot of people don't really know what this stuff means or why we're using those words. So without further ado, let's get into it. Today, we're going to cover all things universe, collective consciousness, and get ready because I really geek out about this stuff. So you're going to see me geek out in ways you have not seen before. So collective consciousness. Before we get to that, let's take a step back and start out with the Big Bang. So let me take you back to the Big Bang just to get everyone on the same page. Back before the universe as we know it was created, there was just one small ball of matter that was very thickly condensed, and it started to heat up. And in heating up, it started to expand and expand and expand until it exploded. After it exploded, all those particles that were once one ball became many, many things. I mean, it turned into planets, moons, suns, stars, galaxies. We have our Milky Way galaxy. From those particles, Earth was created, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and also Pluto, even though it's not a planet technically anymore. What? I mean, all the matter in the universe was created. Now, you guys already know this, but why am I saying it now? Why is it relevant? Because according to this theory, everything came from one unified ball. So after it exploded and expanded and is creating the ever-expanding universe, which ever-expanding, the one we live in today, after it all expanded and separated, the theory goes that everything is still actually connected on a quantum level. So all things in the universe are made up of the same materia because they were all once one thing. They're all made up of the same materia, and all things in the universe are connected on a quantum level. So that's what we need to draw as our basis here. We are all connected on a quantum energetic level. All living things in the universe are connected. Let's take this one step further. There's also a theory that the entire universe that is connected on this energetic quantum level also has a consciousness, has kind of like a mind, if you will. Now, bear with me. What does it mean that the entire universe has one big brain? Well, the theory is that all things in the universe communicate on a quantum level. So to have them communicate is enough to say that there's a consciousness there, right? Now, what does this mean that the entire universe has a brain? Well, what it means is that there's a programming, there's a consciousness, just like our bodies have a brain that kind of governs what happens in our body and our individual conscious. There is one unified conscious that is governing the entire universe. Now, maybe that conscious doesn't speak like, it doesn't have the sun speak to the earth in English.
Oh, don't tell me this is a dream.
Or in any other language known to man, like speaking with a voice. But there is communication there. There's some kind of communication that perhaps we cannot perceive yet. They communicate on a quantum level. And what's really cool is that if you look up what the brain of a human looks like, it also looks like the cosmos. Okay, whoever's watching on YouTube, I'm gonna put some videos of it here. Like the duality, the similarity between what the brain of a human looks like and what the cosmos look like, how they're intertwined, is really, really, really fascinating. Okay, so all things, to recap, all things are connected on a quantum level in the universe. They're all connected. They're all made of the same thing. All living things in the universe are connected to each other on a quantum level. And there's this consciousness that is governing the universe the way that our mind and our individual consciousness governs our bodies. Now, another thing that is cool, drawing on the two things we just discussed, is that you are yourself, in fact, the universe. What does that mean? Well, you are a piece of the universe. You were created from it and you are a piece of it. You are not the entire universe, but you are a piece of it, so you are the universe. Let me explain that in a better way. Let's take, for example, your kidney. Your kidney is your body. Your kidney is not your whole body, but it is a piece of your body, right? And your heart is also your body. It's a part of your body. So your heart is your body, but it's not your entire body. Same with your hand. Your hand is your body, but it is not your entire body. It's a piece of it. It's a piece of this entire human body, right? That makes up the whole you. Similarly, there are pieces of the universe all over. And those pieces of the universe are also the universe itself. Now you are a piece of the universe. You are not the entire universe, but you are a piece of it. So all of us in the universe are actually the universe itself. We're all little pieces. The way I like to imagine it is that we're like cells. If our body has like millions and billions of cells inside of it, then the universe has millions of cells, which are planets, people, and stars. So us humans, we are the universe. We are part of it. We are part of a greater whole. The universe is one whole body. We are one cell in that whole human body. I think you get the point, right? So we are part of the universe. We are also the universe ourselves. I mean, that's why people say you are made of stardust. You are stardust. We are all made of the same materia. Now, why am I saying this? Like, why am I harping on it so much? Because this leads us to the next point, which is, as a part of this universe and as the universe yourself, you have access to this collective consciousness. You are actively contributing to it with your energy, but you can also access the brain of the universe. Now it gets freaky and cool at the same time. You have access to this all-knowing unified consciousness that everything in the universe is a part of. And the way you access it is through meditation. Now, bear with me. A lot of times when people hear the word meditation, they're like eyes glaze over. They're like, oh, not that, you know? But depending on what experience they've had with it. So I just want to give this disclaimer, like just because you've tried a meditation before doesn't mean you've necessarily gone deep and gotten the full effect of it yet. So please don't disregard all of meditation based off your past experiences, because it is literally the way that we access our universe's brain. So I just say this because I don't want people to miss out on such an important part of our existence. And when people say woke, like what does it mean to be woke? This is what it means to be woke, to go inside yourself and access the brain of the universe. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. What happens when you meditate the way that I am talking about? There's a certain way, okay? What happens is your personal consciousness, right? The way you perceive the world. Now I want you to picture a drone. picture a drone that's like floating at your eye level. And this drone is looking at the world the same way you would be looking at the world. Like it's looking out through your eyes right now, right? The drone is right here. Now, that drone and what the drone is seeing, imagine that being your awareness and your consciousness. Because this is something we need to be taught to actively do, right? So imagine that drone is seeing exactly what you're seeing right now, all around you. Now, imagine when you're in that meditation, what happens? You take your consciousness and your awareness where that drone is, and you expand it, you pull that drone back a little bit. So now the drone is no longer just seeing through your eyes. Now the drone can actually see you in the room. Okay. Now the drone pulled back, your consciousness expands and it removes its attention from what you're seeing through your eyes or with your closed eyes. It moves its attention to what is going on in the whole room for which you are a part of, which you are sitting in. Okay. Then that drone goes outside your room. Now it's floating right outside your house and it can see you through your window. It can see you sitting there, but it can also see your house. It can see the sky. It can see your neighborhood, right? The drone keeps flying out further and further and further. Remember, this is your awareness right now, where you are guiding your awareness in the meditation. Now the drone goes so high up that it just sees your whole state, your whole country, and it gets so high up that it sees the curvature of the earth. Then your awareness, this drone that we're picturing, goes so high up that now it not only sees the curvature of the earth, but now it's in outer space. And what you see is like black and stars in the galaxies. So when you do this kind of meditation, someone guides you to, or you can guide yourself once you get good enough, guides your awareness and your attention to this place. And it's important to do it that way because it has effects on our body. Like, by the way, speaking of science, meditation, like science has actually proven the amazing effects that meditation has on our body. So this is all aligned. Like one thing that is certainly proven today is the amazing effects that meditation has on your body, on its coherence, on its ability to function better, and even ward off certain diseases. Okay, so this is not some woo-wah stuff. Meditation is proven to work. So once you are in that place where your awareness is up in the galaxies and your eyes are closed and everything is dark, what happens is here you start to get connected to the collective consciousness. Like literally just sitting there, closing your eyes and guiding your awareness to that place. Just sitting there and being still and being away from social like programming, from the constant bombardment that we are like dealt with every day, just shutting all of that out, going inwardly, going up to that space. You start to receive messages and guidance, and you start to receive epiphanies, and it is so spectacular and unique. And the thing is, I cannot tell you what you are going to receive up there. I cannot tell you what message you are personally going to receive. Even though I am extremely spiritual, extremely evolved and advanced, at least I think I am, no matter how advanced anyone could be, they cannot tell you what you're personally going to receive up there because that message is unique for you and it is so personal. It is like the connection between you as a cell and the brain. So your epiphany and your experience is going to be amazing and unique to you. Maybe you're an artist and like you will be inspired to create certain art. Maybe you're like a brain surgeon and you're going to be inspired to like, you'll have some epiphany that shows you some part of the brain. Whatever message you're meant to receive is the one you're going to receive when you meditate. And you need to flex this. You need to practice this a lot in order to get connected and receive your messages up there. So that is how you access the collective consciousness. It is honestly so amazing and so cool. And so many amazing people throughout history have gotten their epiphanies by doing this. And I myself have gotten so many epiphanies and so much guidance by doing this. I mean, that is why I was guided to even create this YouTube channel, to bring this message firstly to the Albanian community, and then to bring it to a wider audience. That was the epiphany that I received because my gifts and my experience till date has led me on this path, and yours is unique to you, and you have something to contribute to the collective. Like every single cell in a body has a purpose. You have a purpose. So by meditating and going there and accessing the collective consciousness, you really receive, like, it's almost like a download of information. Again, we said communication earlier, like the universe communicates, but I said the sun doesn't call up the earth and say, hey, what's up? How are you doing? It doesn't speak in the tongue we are used to hearing. And same thing when you meditate, like it kind of feels like, what it feels like is like you put a USB into a computer and it like just downloaded information to you. Like that information just comes to you through you. But it wouldn't have come to you unless you took the time and space to sit down and connect with that space out in outer space with a collective consciousness. And what's happening in today's world is that we are so bombarded with constant information that actually disconnects us from our true nature. Like, again, remember, you are the universe. Like, literally, there's a huge access of knowledge and power inside you, within you, that all you need to do is go to some silent place free of distraction. You need to be taught how to do this. And once you learn, you'll be able to do it all the time. All of this exists within you. But a lot of people don't know that. And what happens in today's world is we are just constantly bombarded with information and programming. I mean, the second you turn on the TV, there's like all the stuff on there that puts you in a fear-based mentality, that just puts you in a low vibration. Now, there's going to be a whole another episode on what it means to be high vibration and low vibration and why that's important. But just all this information that puts you in a state of fear. Okay. And also, like, who is controlling what is being put on that TV? Who is controlling that? Right? It's not just like you're being exposed to all of reality. You're being exposed to a certain part of reality that one person is curating. Just like a director in a movie, that director will focus on what he wants you to see. So we are constantly being programmed by our televisions. How about by our apps? We open our social media and we see all this stuff. That is also not random. There's algorithms there designed to show you what the people who are in charge of that want to show you. This is not like some conspiracy theory. What I'm just trying to tell you is that in our daily lives, we are constantly bombarded with so much programming and information. And aside from media and TV and social media, just going outside, the noise of the world, like, look around me, like, look at this city, what it's like to go outside and see all the cars and everything like that. So what happens is that when we don't take time to go inside and connect with our true nature, we all become separated. We become separated from our true nature and we don't function at our highest potential. And of course, there are some entities in the world that would benefit from us not functioning at our highest potential. There are some entities that would benefit from us living in fear and being divided from one another. Like the saying is literally divide and conquer. That's because when people are divided, they are much easier to conquer. But when we're united and that when we realize we're all one, the way our body is supposed to function in harmony, the way our body is supposed to work together in cohesion, so are all living things. So, for example, Bob Marley's song, One love, one life. Let's get together and feel all right. What do you think he meant by that? Like, we are all one. We are all one love. So some people don't have the consciousness to understand that. And some people will not be evolved enough on this lifetime to be able to comprehend what I just explained to you. And they are stuck in a mentality where it's fear and lack based, where it's me versus them, you versus me. And we need to divide and conquer and destruct in order to survive. So that's why they act that way. But those who are woke, who do see it, okay, look back in history now, a lot of songs will start to make sense on a deeper level. All those woke people, right? So those who do understand, we are one. We are literally one. So it only helps all of us to help each other. There's more than enough of everything to go around. There's so much more than enough of everything to go around in this ever expanding universe where anything is possible. There, like, lack is just a construct. It's just a social construct. There's more than enough of everything to go around, but we need to work together to achieve like that utopia that we could be living in. So the more you start to access this collective conscience, the more you will personally feel elevated, the more you will feel connected to the unified, to the all, the more you will want to spread love and help. Just like, guys, like when you go to a music festival, for those of you who have been to a music festival, now super depends on which one. Nowadays, there's so many. But back in my day, the phones weren't really there, and I don't know, in the music festivals I used to go to back in the day, there was such a sense of like unity and love. And like even Burning Man, if you look at the rules of Burning Man, how there's like no brands and no money and everyone needs to contribute to the collective, okay, like that is what we're all onto. There's a way. Those are like micro examples of how we could be when we all contribute and help each other, instead of like this savage mentality of like you versus me. No, we can all come together in our own way. And I will contribute, like I'm an engineer, I will contribute by doing my engineering stuff. That's my contribution to society. I'll contribute by sharing this message. I'll contribute in whatever ways I can with the gifts I was given. And you have ways you can contribute, whether it's literally just making people laugh, you are given that gift, whether it's sharing song, whether it's being a surgeon, being anything you do for the collective is important and is necessary. It's just also important to see us all as one. So guys, that's all I had for you today. We talked about the universe. Now you understand what it means when people say you are made of stardust. Now you understand what it means when we talk about one love and the collective consciousness and acting out of love and undoing the social programming of being told that we need to be against each other. And also now understanding that when one part of our human body, when one part of our existence is suffering, we are all suffering on a grander scale. Maybe you might not be able to perceive it, but if you take a step back, like I said, you wouldn't say anymore, well, there's borders and people suffering across that border have nothing to do with me. I mean, isn't that just so ridiculous how one day someone, you know, humans evolved to a place where we drew out the map and then we started carving it out with like a pencil. And then because we carved out borders in a certain way and we all speak different languages and have some different cultural practices, somehow it became okay to have the people across that border suffer, but our people, like quote unquote, our people shouldn't. Isn't that a bit crazy? If you take a step back, before we drew out the map and before we drew out those borders, we were just one human race. If you go all the way back to the Big Bang, the entire universe is one. So that was it. I'm going to stop now. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I love you all. And in the words of the great Bob Marley, one love. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Thank you.